welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have two horrible stories about people who killed their exes. Our first story took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where police say 38-year-old Eric Eggleston shot and killed his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his child, on November 12th of 2020 after she broke up with him. According to the criminal complaint, 29-year-old Najar Mamadzada was found by her mother in the basement office of her home, deceased with multiple gunshot wounds. Her mother told police that Najar had recently broken up with Eggleston and she believed him to be her killer. She told police that her daughter had gone out on a date the day before the shooting and she believed Eggleston was jealous. When police went to question Eggleston, they found him at a friend's house, lying in the driveway next to a car with blood on the driver's seat. They said it appeared he tried to take his own life. A shotgun was also found in the back seat of the vehicle, and a knife and shotgun shells were found in his pockets. He was transported to the hospital with injuries to his neck and wrists. A roommate of Eggleston's told police he knew his ex-girlfriend had a date with a new man, and he became extremely jealous. He said he told him he was having a lot of bad thoughts. The suspect was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. If convicted, he faces up to 40 years in prison. I have to say, I disagree with the second-degree murder charge. I think it should be first degree. But if that's all they feel they can get, then so be it. Their poor child, though. He or she will now grow up without their mother and piece of shit father who cared more about himself than he did about his child. I wonder if he even thought of their child at all, or if it was just about him and his selfishness and the fact that he wasn't getting his way. Never mind. That was stupid. Of course it was just about him. Because the children you bring into the world don't factor in when you're not getting your way, damn it. I have no idea why you all listen to me and put up with my ridiculous questions. But I promise, one of these videos, I'm going to shock you, smarten up, and stop asking. Now, so my male viewers don't feel unfairly targeted, the next story will put you at ease and let you know that women can get a little testy if they're dumped too. For this one, we need to travel to Washington, D.C., where police say they were called to an apartment complex on November 14th of 2020 for shots fired. When they arrived on the scene, police say they found 44-year-old Terry Hickman deceased with multiple gunshot wounds. His ex-girlfriend, 37-year-old Nijinsky Dix, was kneeling at his feet with a gun in one hand and her cell phone in the other. Police ordered her to drop the gun. Then they heard a woman's voice on her phone on speaker. It was Dix's mother. Police spoke to her mother and were told that Dix said Hickman pushed her, so she shot him. She was transported to the hospital where doctors said she complained of back pain and memory loss. How convenient. But that she showed no sign that she had been assaulted. Shocker. When police questioned her, she claimed to remember blacking out, so she didn't really remember much. Wow, this just keeps getting better and better. And police found it interesting that she remembered she blacked out, but didn't seem to remember her ex pushing her because she never mentioned it to them, only to her mother. After her exam, doctors told police that they couldn't offer a reason for her memory loss since she showed no signs of physical trauma. Now, no disrespect to the doctors that handled her care, but I can offer a reason for her memory loss without the 8 years of education, residency, etc. 'Cause she made it up. I have to say I'm a little concerned that they couldn't figure that out. But I watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy, and they probably didn't because they were busy studying, so I'm probably unfairly judging. Anyway, when police interviewed the neighbors in the apartment complex who heard the gunshots, they claimed they heard Dix yell for help after the shots were fired. Then she was seen pacing back and forth on the apartment balcony. Now, this is where the story starts getting really interesting. Police spoke with a woman who said the two had been in a 3-month relationship until it ended earlier this year. She claimed that even though Dix lived in a different state, she was stalking her ex boyfriend and somehow found out where he lived. After she was released from the hospital, police took Dix into custody and attempted to interrogate her, but again, she claimed she suffered from memory loss. Of course. So she couldn't tell him much. But she said she did want to cooperate, so she asked them if they could provide her with some sort of information that may jog her memory. You know, like the fact that she murdered a man that she dated for a whopping 3 months. But apparently the police are nicer than me, because they showed her a photo of Hickman instead, which she pushed away and began crying, yelling, "Get it away from me." Doesn't sound like she knows what she wants, does she? That's why I would have just gone with reminding her that she killed a man for not marrying her after 3 months. Then police say she said, "You don't do people you love like that. That's not love. I don't want that. He can't do people like that. You don't do people you love like that. I'm sorry." So, I take it he broke up with her? Now, let me tell you about this chick who thinks it's okay to kill a man for breaking up with her. Court documents state that she's a doctorate student at the University of Illinois, and she worked at the University of Notre Dame, where she was the director of the Talent Search Upward Bound program, which helps people from disadvantaged backgrounds. Dare I say it? Oh, hell, why not? Somebody has to. I bet everyone thought she was a wonderful person. Now, I know Chick is a few french fries short of a Happy Meal, but she claims she was studying for her PhD, but she wasn't smart enough to smack her head on something in the apartment so she could say he slammed her head against something, causing her memory loss. Hell, even I know to do that. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm a firm believer in street smarts trumping book smarts. And if this isn't a stellar example to convince you that I'm right, then I don't know what it'll take. And she threw away all those years she spent studying for her PhD for some guy who decided he didn't want her after 3 months. Chick doesn't sound too smart to me. Maybe she was getting one of those PhDs like Letitia Stout got. You know, the kind you give to yourself. Yeah, T gave herself 2 of them. Hey, maybe I should give myself one. Why not? Everybody else is doing it. From now on, please do me the courtesy of referring to me here on my channel as Dr. Who, What, When, Where, until I get my channel name officially changed. From this video forward, I hold 2 self-designated PhDs and shall be considered an expert in the fields of criminology and forensic psychology, without the pay. Don't get excited. I'm still not going to know anything about anything, but at least now I know to claim memory loss if any of you ask me anything hard. Like, why are people absolutely insane? I have no idea what you're talking about. What was the question again? Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on my next video, if I remember you.